Dear viewers, the exciting moments are about to unfold. Get ready to laugh until your stomach hurts. Then Dad really cranked it up, crying like a child, echoing throughout the yard. Master Jaya stopped him just in time, sensing Dad's determination from the wailing. At that moment, Dad was sweating and tearing up, wishing his son would succeed. Who would have the heart to make their kid cry? Becoming a Siona master was Dad's dream, but lacking talent, he pinned hopes on his child. Compassion or paternal love? Thankfully, the master kept Tianming and would take care of him from now on. Aside from helping the master's wife every day, Tianming's main task was to use the master's provided reed to suck up water. Before leaving, the master seriously reminded him, "Suck up the water before you go home." The sun was blazing, and tears rolled down like pearls. Tianming went all out trying to suck the river water, ending up falling over due to too much effort. By sunset, the river cove looked beautifully like cotton candy. He failed the master's task again, returning home disheveled, thinking, "I did try to suck it up. So why are you back?" The master's wife chimed in after snatching half of Tianming's food from his bowl. "Mom, shouldn't he get a major talking to? He's having breakfast right now. When I was an apprentice, I had it way worse than him." That night, Tianming was so hungry and upset that he couldn't sleep, until the master's wife secretly brought him 2 baked sweet potatoes, hoping he wouldn't hold a grudge against. But Tianming didn't blame the master. He hated his weakness, unable to suck up water, recalling his endless practice. This drew a lot of chatter from passers-by. "I sure don't want to be that. A barber, a performer, being all shit. What's so shocking about that? Just wait until you get in trouble, then you'll see the real stress. Hey, you say you hate it, now let me see how great you really are." Amid bursts of laughter from passers-by, Tianming gave it another shot with all his might. He felt a glimmer of kindness in his mouth. It was a little reward from the heavens for his relentless efforts over the days. The river water churned wildly, sounding like a triumphant symphony for him, and the wind seemed to celebrate his happiness. Tianming dashed back home, excited to tell the master about his grand success. The master merely nodded, handing him a reed taller than himself, saying, "Go for it." After what felt like forever, dark clouds gathered, drenching the shirt on the youth. At that moment, the gentle wife called, her umbrella shielding him warmly. The master took off his coat and draped it on him. That night, Tianming slept soundly, feeling the long-lost affection. Unfortunately, he couldn't keep all that love to himself. The next day, a new apprentice, Lanyu, arrived with impressive skills. Lanyu was naturally gifted, born to play top musical instruments. He was truly a genius. So naturally, he quickly captured the master's favor, always being brought along to work. In contrast, Tianming spent his days looking downcast, either practicing by the river or helping the master's wife in the fields. The master's wife, thinking Tianming homesick, let him rest at home for 2 days, but his dad scolded him furiously on arrival. "You little rascal, what's wrong with you?" Dad began berating him. "How did you get kicked out of the master's place?" Only after Tianming explained that it was the master's wife who gave him the break for 2 days did Dad finally show a hint of a relieved smile. Summer nights are unbearably hot, so people lie in the yard fanning themselves. Dad then explained the ranks of playing instruments to Tianming. From low to high, they rank 4 pipes, 8 pipes, and the highest, 100 birds paying homage. Besides only playing at funerals, the deceased must have a great reputation. Otherwise, no amount of money can get you one, and the 100 birds paying homage was old Jaio's pride and joy. He was the only one in Washuan town who could play that melody, and the requirements for inheriting this tune were extremely strict. Only one person could inherit it per generation, and that person had to be talented and virtuous. Mastering this tune was an incredible. Don't worry. I will definitely learn to play 100 birds paying homage and come back to perform for you. When the holiday ended, they returned to the master's place, only to find him digging out a dusty old box. Inside were mostly antiques passed down since the Daegyuan era, over 100 years old. The master handed Lanyu a Siona, allowing him to focus solely on learning Siona from now on. Meanwhile, the elder apprentice Tianming was overlooked, listening to his junior's melody and preparing to leave in despair. Maybe learning Siona was the wrong path. Honestly, going back to farming seemed like the only future. But returning home, Tianming overheard his dad boasting to relatives about the master teaching him 100 birds paying homage. "Aha, whether you believe it or not, Tianming, I believe in my kid. His determination clashed with his father's expectations. Master, I'm here. I went to work in the fields with Lan Yu. The food's in the pot. Tianming thought the master didn't favor him, but the sea owner on the table already told a different story. This was the very first sea owner the master owned as an apprentice, now passed down to him. All Tianming's doubts and grievances evaporated. From then on, they focused on practicing with the master, making those efforts during that time priceless. From their backyard to the riverbank, the master taught every single aspect of playing effortlessly. Tianming mimicked bird calls in the bushes, arousing his master's interest. He began teaching them to differentiate bird cries. The master gently pinched a leaf, placing it elegantly between his lips, and promptly emitted a delightful and crisp chirping sound. Prior to each magnificent performance, everyone had to meticulously practice the piece again and again with great attention to detail. At that moment, the elder brother cheekily suggested, "Let Tianming and Lan Yu show off." Tianming felt shy, while Lan Yu was confident. Lan Yu played a cheerful tune that earned him thunderous applause, and then it was Tianming's turn.